The atmosphere around BTS at Stanford Stadium was supposed to feel electric. Fans expected excitement, emotional reunions, and the kind of global energy only BTS could create. But no one expected the city around the stadium to nearly stop moving entirely. By early afternoon, long before the concert officially began, social media timelines across the world exploded with videos showing packed highways, endless crowds in purple, fans singing in parking lots, helicopters circling above the venue, and traffic reports warning residents to avoid the entire Stanford area. What started as another highly anticipated stop of the ARIRANG World Tour suddenly transformed into one of the most chaotic and unforgettable concert days America had seen in years. People arriving from San Francisco International Airport began posting clips showing entire terminals filled with army members wearing BTS merchandise. Travelers who had nothing to do with the concert appeared stunned by the scale of the crowd. Taxi drivers reportedly called it the biggest concert migration they had ever witnessed in Northern California. Local businesses around Palo Alto and Stanford were overwhelmed within hours. Coffee shops ran out of drinks before noon. Restaurants posted emergency notices online warning customers about multi-hour wait times. Convenience stores near the venue sold out of water bottles, batteries, and portable chargers faster than expected. Even employees who had worked through major sporting events admitted they had never seen a fanbase move with this kind of intensity. The biggest shock came when traffic around Stanford Stadium effectively froze. Roads surrounding the venue became completely gridlocked as thousands of cars, buses, and rideshare vehicles attempted to reach the same destination at nearly the same time. Viral drone footage showed an endless sea of vehicles stretching for miles. Some fans reportedly left their cars and walked several kilometers just to avoid missing the opening performance. Others sat in traffic for 4 to 5 hours but still described the experience as worth every second. Police officers were forced to redirect traffic repeatedly as overwhelmed parking zones filled earlier than expected. The phrase "Stanford is paralyzed" quickly began trending online. News stations across California interrupted regular broadcasts to discuss the extraordinary situation unfolding around the concert. Helicopter reporters described waves of fans moving toward the stadium like a festival city appearing overnight. Local residents who originally underestimated the event suddenly realized the scale of what BTS had created. Entire neighborhoods became flooded with purple clothing, BTS banners, music blasting from cars, and fans from dozens of countries gathering together as if attending a global celebration rather than a normal concert. One Stanford student posted online that leaving campus became almost impossible because every nearby road was consumed by concert traffic. Another resident joked that BTS temporarily owns Palo Alto now. The joke spread rapidly because it felt strangely accurate. Everywhere people looked, the presence of BTS dominated the city. Inside the venue, anticipation reached unbelievable levels. Fans screamed whenever rehearsal sounds echoed from inside the stadium. Even a brief lighting test triggered massive reactions from the crowd outside. Some fans burst into tears simply hearing Jungkook's voice during soundcheck. Others live-streamed every second of their experience to millions of viewers worldwide. Social media platforms became flooded with hashtags connected to BTS within minutes. Searches related to Stanford Stadium skyrocketed globally. Security teams reportedly struggled to maintain organized entry lines because so many fans arrived earlier than expected. Videos showed thousands of army members singing BTS songs together while waiting to enter the stadium. Instead of frustration, most fans described the atmosphere as emotional and historic. Many called it the most important BTS concert since the group completed military service and reunited fully as 7 members again. As sunset approached, the visual outside Stanford Stadium became surreal. Purple lights illuminated streets, sidewalks, parking structures, and even nearby buildings. Fans held banners in Korean, English, Spanish, Japanese, Arabic, Indonesian, Portuguese, and dozens of other languages. The diversity of the audience became one of the biggest talking points online. People from all over the world had traveled to California for this moment. Then came the moment everyone had been waiting for. The lights inside the stadium suddenly went dark. For several seconds, the crowd became completely silent. Then the massive screens lit up with dramatic visuals tied to the ARIRANG Tour concept. The roar that followed was so loud that videos recorded from outside the stadium captured the sound echoing across the surrounding area. Some nearby residents later admitted they could hear the crowd from miles away. When the members of BTS finally appeared on stage, Stanford Stadium erupted into total chaos. Jungkook immediately trended worldwide after opening the performance with intense energy that fans described as unreal. Cameras captured thousands of people jumping simultaneously as flames exploded around the stage. RM's speech early in the concert triggered emotional reactions because he thanked fans for waiting during the group's military hiatus. Jin's appearance caused deafening screams that reportedly overwhelmed audio levels in some fan recordings. Jimin's choreography went viral within minutes. These visuals dominated social media. SUGA received thunderous reactions from the audience during his rap performances, while J-Hope transformed the stadium atmosphere into something resembling a giant festival. Fans online repeatedly used one phrase, "BTS came back stronger." The scale of the production stunned even longtime concertgoers. Massive LED structures surrounded the 360-degree stage, allowing fans from every angle to feel connected to the performance. Drones created animated patterns above the stadium. Pyrotechnics exploded across the night sky. Moving platforms carried members through different sections of the venue, while synchronized lighting transformed the entire stadium into a sea of color. One viral clip showed thousands of fans screaming the lyrics to "Run BTS" so loudly that the members themselves appeared shocked. Another trending moment captured Jungkook laughing after hearing the crowd sing his lines almost perfectly without music. Fans described multiple emotional moments where BTS seemed overwhelmed by the scale of support surrounding them. But outside the stadium, the chaos continued. Traffic conditions worsened throughout the concert because thousands of people who failed to secure tickets remained nearby simply to experience the atmosphere. Hotels in surrounding cities reportedly reached near full capacity. Rideshare prices skyrocketed. Public transportation became overcrowded. Some fans reportedly walked for hours after the concert because vehicle access became nearly impossible. Emergency services remained on high alert due to the extraordinary volume of people concentrated around one area. Yet, despite the overwhelming crowd size, many reports praised the behavior of ARMY members. Fans distributed water bottles, portable phone chargers, snacks, and even free medical supplies to strangers. Volunteers organized cleanup efforts around the venue. Several viral posts highlighted fans helping elderly attendees navigate crowded areas safely. This combination of chaos and unity fascinated people online. Media outlets began comparing the atmosphere to historic cultural events rather than ordinary concerts. Some commentators argued that BTS had transcended the idea of a music group entirely. Economists even noted the significant financial impact generated by the concert weekend, with local businesses experiencing enormous spikes in activity. Restaurants, hotels, transportation services, and retail stores all reportedly benefited from the arrival of tens of thousands of fans. The emotional core of the night, however, remained centered on BTS themselves. At one point during the concert, RM paused and looked around the stadium silently before speaking to the audience. He reportedly told fans that seeing everyone together again felt like a dream we almost lost. The moment quickly became one of the most shared clips online. Many fans began crying during the speech, especially those who had followed BTS throughout the uncertainty surrounding military enlistment years earlier. Jimin also delivered a heartfelt message thanking fans who traveled internationally to attend the show. He joked about hearing so many languages outside the stadium that it felt like the whole world moved to Stanford for one night. The audience erupted with laughter and cheers. Meanwhile, Jungkook continued dominating social media throughout the performance. Every outfit change, dance move, smile, and interaction instantly generated millions of views online. Several entertainment reporters described his stage presence as dangerously powerful. Fans joked that the internet temporarily stopped functioning normally because of how quickly Jungkook-related clips spread. V generated equally explosive reactions after several close-up camera shots appeared on giant screens. His visuals immediately became trending topics across multiple countries. Jimin's emotional vocals during slower songs created some of the most heartbreaking moments of the evening. SUGA's intensity during rap-heavy sections reminded audiences why BTS performances remain unmatched in scale and emotion. Then came one of the biggest surprises of the night. During a special segment near the middle of the concert, BTS performed a rearranged version of one of their classic songs with a new live arrangement specifically designed for the ARIRANG Tour. Fans inside the stadium screamed uncontrollably as the members appeared visibly emotional performing together again on such a massive stage. Online reactions became completely uncontrollable. Stanford has collapsed. California belongs to BTS tonight. This isn't a concert anymore. It's history. I've never seen anything like this. Those comments spread across social media at incredible speed. Meanwhile, aerial photos of the stadium area continued shocking people worldwide. Purple lights stretched across surrounding streets while endless streams of people moved through the city late into the night. Reporters covering the event described the scene as organized madness. Even after the concert ended, fans refused to leave immediately. Thousands remained outside singing BTS songs together. Some sat on sidewalks emotionally discussing their favorite moments. Others cried openly while hugging friends they had met through the fandom years earlier. Videos showing fans harmonizing under streetlights after midnight became unexpectedly emotional viral moments online. Authorities eventually began managing large-scale crowd departures as transportation systems struggled under the enormous demand. Some highways reportedly remained congested for hours after the concert finished. Airport activity connected to departing fans also surged dramatically. The following morning, headlines everywhere focused on one undeniable reality. BTS had completely taken over Stanford. Entertainment analysts quickly began discussing whether the ARIRANG Tour could become one of the most commercially successful tours in music history. Ticket demand had already reached astonishing levels before the Stanford shows, but the chaos and global attention generated by this particular concert pushed interest even higher. Search trends related to BTS exploded internationally. Merchandise sales surged. Fan content flooded every major social platform. Even people who normally ignored K-pop discussions suddenly found themselves watching clips from the concert because the scale of public reaction became impossible to avoid. Perhaps the most remarkable aspect of the night was how deeply emotional it felt despite the overwhelming spectacle. Beneath the fireworks, traffic chaos, screaming crowds, and viral clips, many fans believed they were witnessing something bigger than entertainment. For Army members who waited years for a full group return after military service, the Stanford concert symbolized reunion, survival, loyalty, and global unity. That emotional intensity may explain why the concert affected people so strongly. This was not simply another stadium performance. It became a cultural event powerful enough to overwhelm an entire city. Long after the lights shut down inside Stanford Stadium, the impact of that night continued spreading online across every continent. Fans replayed videos endlessly. News stations continued discussing the extraordinary crowd conditions. Local residents shared stories about witnessing unbelievable scenes outside their homes. Businesses reflected on record-breaking activity. Transportation officials reviewed one of the busiest event nights the region had experienced in recent memory. And at the center of it all stood BTS, 7 artists whose return to the stage transformed an ordinary concert weekend into global chaos, emotional celebration, and unforgettable history all at once. For countless fans, one conclusion became impossible to deny. Stanford Stadium did not simply host a concert. For one explosive night, BTS completely shut the world down.